99.3 Nigeria Info. This is Hard Nation. We'll look at the issue of youth unemployment. For those of you who do not know, the group and manager of research at Afrexim Bank, so Yemi Bank, I beg pardon, I was reading. Dr. Yemi Kale, who was the former head of the Bureau of Statistics, had warned last week at an event that the rising youth unemployment in Nigeria is a time bomb and should be considered a national security threat. He said this last week, Wednesday, at the Vanguard Economic Discourse themed Nigeria Economic Outlook 2025 Hardship and Pathways to Sustainable Recovery held in Lagos. According to the National Bureau of Statistics, the youth unemployment rate ages 15 to 24 in the second quarter of 2020 dropped significantly to 6.5% to 8% in the quarter 2024. The employment line the share of labor underutilized the 24% increase points compared this period last. Yemika, who was a former DJ of Yemi Skatu, we are unemployment and underemployment, which is of 53%. Nigeria's demographic risk becoming a demographic crisis. So the countries have and they have cheaper in most of Asia. What are you doing with numbers, especially being that they are more of? Joining me to discuss this evening is a very good friend and a great political analyst and public affairs analyst. Dr. Ambrose Igboke joins us via Zoom. Dr. Igboke, it's so good to have you join us.
Hello. Good evening. And sorry I could not join you via video, but I'm here now.
All right, perfect. Dr. Igboke, 58% of 200 people unemployed under just social line. And Dr. Yemi Kale has said that that we're single this is how we agree.
I think Kale is a general. Why have rampant kidnappings? Why do we have youths that are already tools for terrorism? It's a journalist right. Example is getful and prick. We're not.
Hello, Dr. Igboke, are you there? We've lost your connection. Dr. Igboke, there. We lost your audio there. I'll see if we can get you back. Dr. Igboke, can you hear me? We lost you for a few minutes there. We lost your connection for a few minutes.
Oh, okay. I said that it is because of unemployment that the people in the terrorist groups we have kind of fanaticism. It is because of youth people so they recruit because some self employment etc. They will not track to crime. It's just big. The inside of this that will not talent of that gets because it's so let's and other city you want that find out of and helpless. If that is happening to those in those rural areas, so where do people want this finance foreign coming jihadists for coming swap Boko Haram and all those people coming into the country, they don't know the terrain. Most of them have local collaborators in the security architecture. They will tell those people you cannot come without local collaborators. So it is local collaborators that show them the forest path. It is local collaborators that show them the way. So they have active collaborators in all this. And the active collaborators are usually those who are weak economically, who are bought, who sell their people for some cash. But if such people are, gainfully employed, they won't do that. So we're already sitting on that time bomb, and we see them actively happening. And a lot of our security agents are also underemployed. How much is that take-home pay? How much is the take-home pay of the teacher, of the lecturer? How much is the take-home pay of the policeman? How much is the take-home pay of the soldier? How many times do we faithfully pay the hazard allowance of these people? So you find out that even those who are employed are underemployed. They call it the misery index. The unemployed, the underemployed, and those who are not earning gainfully. All of them called the misery index. So we count all of them as unemployment rates, because if you are not earning a decent living that can take a take-home pay, you are not employed. Even if you are going to work, you may be going to work and are unemployed. Once your resources you are earning cannot meet the resources you are spending, even if it's a decent living, that is why we are saying the take-home pay, the minimum wage cannot take you home. Now, the Nigerian Bureau for Statistics started a new indices where they started the calculation and said it's 4%. The 4% they're talking about are those who are not working at all. I think that is a wrong wrong in a template. We should go back to the old template where we're saying those who are underemployed, those who are unemployed, and those who take home cannot take them home should be categorized as unemployed.
All right, doctor, let me take us back before we got to this point. I mean, there are those who say that government cannot employ everybody. Yes, government is some sort of employer of labor, but then government's books, or rather the employment for government is a bit even too much. In fact, it has ballooned, for want of a better way to describe it.
I lost you there.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now, doctor?
I lost you there. Okay.
Yes, so I'm saying that there are those who are saying that government should not, that yes, as much as government is an employer of labor, that's the civil servants, government should not be the one providing all of the jobs for its citizens, because it cannot. Already the government has a ballooned civil service. But why do we have so much or such a high level of unemployment or underemployment? Is there something that government's not doing that's causing this level of increase in unemployment and underemployment?
Well, government in most countries, especially developing countries, government is the highest employer of labor. Then, even in many advanced countries, governments play a very critical role in employment. Apart from direct employment, in fact, I would say categorically that government is the sole employer of labor. One, there's direct employment that the government offers. So the civil servants, those who work with government agencies, and all the rest. Then there's the indirect one, categorized into two. Those who have access to government contracts, government consultancy, those that government pay direct for ancillary services, like contractors, consultants, and partners. Okay? Now, those ones earn directly from government too. Now, there's a third layer, which are those who are benefiting from good policies of government that enable them to have a business, a conducive environment for business. So those who enjoy tax holidays, those who have ease of doing business, those who are enjoying good taxation, that, for example, in Nigeria, you have multiple taxes. For example, you go to the ports to export something in Nigeria or import something, you are paying almost how many agencies lined up in the Nigerian Ports Authority wharfs to collect goods. Meanwhile, it will take you like 3 weeks. Something that takes 72 hours in Benin Republic to clear, it takes 3 weeks here with multiple agencies of government collecting. So there's no ease of doing business in Nigeria. There's no consolidated approach to the way we collect taxes from people. So it blossoms. So these are the ways government creates jobs. But when government now have high-handed policies that make multinationals leave Nigeria at will and relocate to our next door neighbors, Ghana, then there's a problem. When it makes Nigeria importers and exporters prefer to use Benin Republic ports and rather take trucks, move their containers via trucks into Nigeria, then there's a problem. Yet it's cheaper for them to clear your goods at Benin Republic. And so, do you know what we call the wharf rats? I mean, people who work in the wharf, how many jobs we are losing alone with that?
Wow.
Do we know how much, when it comes to a very busy port, how many people it employs? Now, government policies have killed the second highest employer of labor in Nigeria used to be textile industry. After direct employment from government. Government killed the textile industry. Another high employer of labor is the sugar industry. From the sugar planting season, to the maintenance of the plantation, to the harvesting, to the production in the factory. And then the waste product of sugar, which is the sucrose, is also used by another company as raw materials. We have lost all those jobs. Direct jobs. The Nigerian company lost was complete. I would have been a job. The gas company like that was killed. The steer battery in Ibadan was killed. This was all the jobs going to affect. Let us what we do. It kills so that's been killing the primary responsibility to jobs. The policies who are the best to job. Now look at the cost of electricity, alternative power. Look at the cost of this.
Let's talk about, let's stay on the cost of living crisis, because there's no how we are going to be able.
That is the problem. So they are killing that and making it so hard.
Yes, let's talk about the cost of living.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. on the cost of living crisis, I mean, every time we talk about it, we hear, oh, the price of things are coming down. Yes, can you hear me? Dr. Igboke, can you hear me now? Oh my goodness, I think that we're having some connection issues there. Dr. Igboke, can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I can. Loud and clear. But can you hear me? Oh dear.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I do not think that you can hear me anyways. Can you hear me? I'm so sorry, Dr. Igboke. If you can hear me, I'm going to text you to please leave the meeting and join it again because we cannot hear each other. But if you're just joining us, the program is Hard Facts, and we're talking about youth unemployment and how it can become a security threat across the country. Dr. Igboke, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. The network is playing tricks on us.
Yes, I do know. Okay, so I was saying that let's stay with the cost of living crisis part of the conversation. Every time we talk about the cost of living crisis, we hear the government say, oh, the price of food is coming down. The price of tomatoes is coming down. But of course, there's been a hike in the price of almost everything, a 300% hike in the price of, I think for power. We've seen the price of petrol go up and up and up severally. It looks like there might just be another price hike. Although, thank goodness, the Naira for crude deal, came back on stream. So it looks like it will reduce a bit. But we've seen, an increase in the price of goods and services. And you know that in Nigeria, when it goes up, it never comes down. I just had a conversation with people about power and how much they have to pay and the fact that we don't even see the power. And we also know that our whole economy is powered by petrol, whether it's your generator, whether it's your shop, whether it's your car. And then that means that you pay more for transportation. I used to have a staff that on a normal day would pay 500 Naira from where he lived to mine, but now it's 1,200 Naira. With all of these things, what do you think that government policies can do to reduce the cost of living crisis? Are there any policies in place now that even points to the fact that might change anytime soon? Or should we just mind our business and face something else?
Well, first of all, the government, I don't know where the government gets all these figures, they bandy around that prices of food are coming down, prices are coming. I don't know where they get this kind of information, or whether it's a mere political propaganda. But I think at the point of telling your citizens the truth, we must know the truth between political propaganda and hard economic facts. The cost of food is not coming down. You see, you don't make something inflationary, and then you come back, you make it like 600% increase in what we used to have. And then you come back and say, oh, it has dropped by 50% from the 600 you took it to. Before you say something is down, you must go back to where you met it. Where did this government meet prices of commodities by 29th of May 2023? It is only when government meets that level and then it starts the price from that point keep dipping. That is why you now say the price of food. But you don't take fuel from 165 Naira per liter, for example, to over 1,000 Naira. And then it drops by 50 Naira and you're selling to me at 950. And you tell me the prices of things have dropped down. That is voodoo economics. I don't know whether they want Babalawo to get that kind of a template. That is a voodoo economics. It's not an economics for modern economics theory. Things didn't come down. So the reality on ground is that the prices of things have gone up some 1,000%. Electricity tariff before, when I buy 10,000 Naira, I get 100 and something units of credit. Now, if I buy 10,000 Naira, I get a mere 30 something units. I buy 10,000 before, it lasts me for a full month. I buy it now, it lasts me for 5 days.
Wow.
And you tell me things are coming down? These are indicators of the production base. What did they do? They gave it to incompetent people. They gave it to their friends. They sold the discos to their friends who don't have any iota of experience in distributing power. They even gave them a bailout in 2016. The Central Bank of Nigeria gave the discos hefty bailouts. Yet they could not distribute these things. They refused to meter people. They are doing estimated billing. And these people came and rubbished the whole system, and are still holding on to it. Now, they couldn't generate power, distributor that will give them back money. So what they are doing estimated billing, and then they started creating band A, band B, band C. I hope they won't create a music band very soon.
Dr. Igboke, we have to go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk more about this power issue, because it seems to be the bane of most of our problems in the country today, whether we like it or not. Dr. Ambrose Igboke is with us on Hard Facts. We're talking about youth unemployment and how it ties to insecurity and what must be done. Stay with us. It's still Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. I'm Maryann Okon. We'll be right back after these messages.
For news, sports, and talk that you can relate.
If I told you now to come and buy a Shebi for 20,000 naira, that you would quickly get that money out. But if I told you to come and do a health check and you should put down 20,000 naira, you probably would say it's very, very expensive.
That's too much now.
Why should I go and dash one doctor?
More talk, news, and sports after this.
Hey there, mums and dads. Did you know that some children are picky eaters and also do not get enough fruits and vegetables from their diet? Well Kid Baby and Infant Syrup is a food supplement from Vitabiotics that contains 14 vitamins and minerals, including vitamin C and zinc, as well as flaxseed oil, which supports brain development and all-round health. Well Kid Baby and Infant Tasty Syrup is for children 3 months to 5 years of age. Give your young ones a good start with Well Kid Baby and Infant from Vitabiotics UK. Available in pharmacies near you.
My ions, please, can't get enough. My ions, please, give it to me now. It go rehydrate you, yeah. Replenish your ions with Pocari Sweat. Rehydrate you faster, easily observe.
Now so I did on my own. Now a message enter my phone. Fiam. I can't click Fiam. Now so my money for account go. Fiam. Hey. If to say na Airtel you they use, them for first alert you before you click Airtel they identify spammers. Then alert them customers with AI powered service to make sure say you know for Mugu for Wuruwuru scam messages. No charges, no subscription needed. Me self they go join Airtel. Fiam.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
It's amazing how your child grows up before your eyes. Enable their thriving development and the care they need with the new NanKid 4 with HMOs to support your child's development, probiotics to help your child's digestion and development, and high-quality proteins to support age-appropriate growth. And all of these work together to support your child's development and growth today and tomorrow. NanKid 4. Nourish your child's potential.
Every day is about winning with OnePlay on Nigeria Info. On Nigeria Info, daily winnings is now over 150,000 naira. Just go to oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3 hash. Play with as little as 500 naira, and in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. The more you play, the better your chances of winning every day on the Morning Crossfire, WhatsApp Lagos, and Game On shows on weekdays, and the Football Frenzy shows on weekends. But that's not all. Every Friday, there will be a 500,000 naira jackpot. Playing during the week automatically qualifies you for the weekly jackpot. Your chances of winning are the same, whether you play on oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3 hash. Remember to play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18. OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission.
It's the greatest for me. Hunger makes your cooking fun. Happiness, we go fill your belly. Enjoy the taste and aroma daily.
Hunger for great taste and aroma. As we gather to celebrate his resurrection.
As we share in his grace.
As families come together.
Spar brings you the joy of Easter with amazing offers on everything you need for your celebration.
This Easter, Spar Market is bringing hearts together with amazing offers. Enjoy up to 50% off on special Easter items, from ingredients to thoughtful gifts for loved ones. Available from 11th to 30th April 2025 at Spar Market stores nationwide. Spar Market, there for you.
Everyone says I'm beautiful and bold. They say I'm fashionable, and to crown it up, very confident. And my secret is...
People say I'm good looking, funny, hardworking, and to crown it up, very confident. And my secret is...
So whether in the office or at home,
in the streets or on the dance floor,
anytime, any day, I never lose my confidence. And the secret to my confidence is Wazobia perfume.
Absolutely. Wazobia perfume gives the authenticity and long-lasting fragrance all day. That's my secret confidence.
Wazobia perfume is available in body spray.
Also available in supermarkets and markets near you. Wazobia perfume, the correct scent.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info. This is Hard Facts on Nigeria Info 99.3 FM. My name is Shegwa Rinze.
Yes, it's still Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info FM. I'm Maryann Okon. Dr. Ambrose Igboke here with us as we are analyzing the issue, or the big hydra-headed monster of youth unemployment that obviously could scale into, of course, a national security threat, according to Dr. Yemi Kale, formerly of the MBS. Dr. Igboke has been speaking about several issues that obviously contribute to the unemployment or underemployment that we're facing as a country, and how our youth population that should have been a plus is becoming a minus. Now, before we went on that break, Dr. Igboke, we were talking about the power-related issues that we have in the country. Many have. In fact, earlier today, we've talked about people taking class action suits against the power companies across the federation. In fact, as it is right now, we heard that the transmission companies, or rather the generating companies, were about to do a shutdown of sorts. As at yesterday, they threatened that if the amount of monies that government was owing them as subsidies were not being paid, they were going to stage a shutdown of sorts, and that means obviously crippling businesses across the federation. And many people are asking why that is. Again, you also mentioned earlier on about the issue of the unbundling of the power sector from NEPA to what it is today, that it was ugly. It was ugly. The process was ugly. It was not done properly. It was being given to friends and business partners. But we've also heard Adelabu talk about unbundling the TCN. How does this help the process?
I think Chief Adelabu, the Minister for Power, has been doing a terrible job as a minister. He is rather supporting the capitalists, the owners of discos, against the people of Nigeria that he's supposed to serve. I have called out the minister a couple of times in the past when they were trying to increase tariff. Instead of him to broker how they can maintain the cost or bring it down, he was threatening us on live TV that if Nigerians do not agree to the power increment of the tariff, that we are going to go, the country is going to be plunged into blackout. And the president still left him there as the power minister. So either the power minister is not telling us something, or he knows what he's doing. It's either he's working. Who is he working for? Is he working? If he's paid from as a public servant, why is he always on the side of the discourse? Now, the discourse, they said they are removing electricity tariff. That is why the tariff went up, and subsidy, electricity subsidy, that they are removing it, and that is why the thing went up. You remove the petroleum subsidy, at the same time you remove the electricity subsidy, at the same time you remove everything, but you are subsidizing government, your opulence, your extravagance. You are subsidizing it. You went to COP28 people with 1,000 over 1,000 delegates. You are not subsidizing spending in government, but you are subsidizing. You are removing the subsidy. You are subsidizing spending in government, but you are not subsidizing what is generic to the common man. So the ministers consistently, is either he's trying to fool us or let him come clean, because they say why they increase tariff was that they're removing subsidy. Now, what is all this talk about unbundling? What is the talk about the discourse asking for subsidy again? I think this bunch of discourse and Gencos and all those people, the Gencos are doing a good job. The Gencos are even complaining that what they generated
is not taken. Yes.
Discos are making money from other sources, because why won't you take up the power that is generated so that you can distribute to your customers? Because that is the only thing that will give you money. But you're not doing that.
But could he,
so where
doctor,
are you making money from?
Sorry to talk over you, doctor. Could it also be that these transmitting companies or transmission companies do not have the wherewithal to transmit the power that's been generated and it's out there for them to take? Could it also be that they're chewing more than they can actually swallow?
It also say, but it will also be, but again, the transmitting company has said that they are not. These guys are not buying bulk electricity. That the discos are not buying, and the discos have not refuted that. So all the discos that they are ready to just do is to just cash out on so many things, get subsidy, get grant, get bailout, get all these things. Now the discos, not one of the discos have invested on distributing infrastructure. Communities still today still buy their transformers. A lot of communities still put their poles. A lot of communities are the ones that buy the rec lines and the cables. What exactly do the discos do? A lot of some of the constituency projects, philanthropic projects, community self-help are the ones funding the assets of these schools, just like in the old days of NEPA. We are still funding assets. Local government chairmen, senators, House of Assembly, governors, all those people, political office holders are still providing this critical electricity infrastructure that the discos are supposed to provide. They still provide this for the communities. So what exactly do the discos use their money for? What do they use their monies for? So they come out here and tell us all. So I think the government should just revoke all their licenses and let's try new people. They have failed woefully.
Let's revert to the young people conversation now, because just like the average Nigerian is complaining bitterly about how poorly government has handled everything. I'm talking about going back to young people. The average Nigerian young person is tired, is frustrated. Just like you, they're all seeing how things are playing out. What exactly can be done to remedy our situation as a country? Because if government does take the issue of unemployment and underemployment seriously, then we probably have an edge, sort of. Like you said, the industries are all gone. The textiles, I mean, when I was a child, in my state, we used to have the paper mill factory. We used to have the match factory. I mean, most of these factories are all moribund. And we import almost everything. And then we now have tariffs that we're being slapped with, even though the tariffs are pretty fair for Nigeria. What must government do to avert the disaster that is almost imminent? Dr. Igboke, can you hear me?
I didn't get your last question.
Yeah. So I
can hear you now. I didn't get your last question.
So I'm asking that what must government do to revoke, or rather avoid, the disaster that's imminent, which is if we do not fix the situation of our young people being idle, then we obviously are heading for, some sort of disaster.
I'm having a difficulty. So what can government do to do what?
To avert the disaster that's imminent, which is obviously the security threat that idle youths actually pose.
So what can government do to do what?
Oh my goodness, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Dr. Igboke? The internet is not being fair to you today, but can you hear me once again? Let me just try. Hello. Anyway, while we'll try to get Dr. Igboke to join us, we want you to be part of the conversation. If you're a young person, you're listening. I mean, I don't think that every young person, we've lost the connection with Dr. Igboke. He'll join us in a bit again. If you're a young person across the country, you're listening to us from anywhere in the country, what do you think government needs to do to create the enabling environment for businesses and companies to thrive so that jobs can be made available? Again, what must be done to deal with this issue of insecurity in the country? As fast as possible. We talked about it on the 3 o'clock hour. Let's go. 0201 277 00993. 0201 277 0993. I beg your pardon. If you are male. For the female, 0201 465 7190. I think that we have Dr. Igboke back, but you can bring those calls in. You can start calling us 0201 277 0993. You disagree with my guest, you agree with my guest, you want to add your points, go ahead and join the conversation. Before we let the doctor go, he will tell us what the way forward is. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Good evening, this is Godwin from Ottawa.
Godwin, you have 60 seconds, go ahead.
Maryann, please tell that your guest at Abasedi Onye is from my full heart. Talking about the discos and reggae. In fact, the way he was saying that we don't know what they are using the money to do. In my own community, 2022, we used our own money to buy transformer and wire to run all around the community here. And still, they still put on a ban A. Now, some of my relatives will know your phone. If we use to buy and try to run around the whole community. What are the discos? What are they using their money to? What are they using their money to do? And they are saying that they don't have. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Igboke. In case you didn't hear what he said that God should bless you in my language. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Amen. We need blessings.
Welcome to Hard Facts. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon. My name is Robert. I'm calling you from Papa. Maryann.
Yes.
I want to ask your guest. I think in the Obasanjo regime, power was awarded to somebody. Can you hear me?
Yes. Go ahead. He can hear you.
This election was awarded to somebody.
Robert, your line is breaking. Can you please call me back? Your line is breaking. Please call us back. It's just a connection issue. Do well to call us back, please. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
I'm George Honora, calling from the wilderness. Government.
Where is he located? Is it somewhere close to Damascus?
Wilderness, Nigerian wilderness. Government can do nothing. When you have nothing to offer, you can precisely do nothing. The only thing that can solve Nigeria's problem is bloody revolution.
No bloody revolution. Not on my show. No. Hello.
Hello, Maryann.
Yes, Robert, I can hear you now. Go ahead quickly.
Thank you very much. My question is that during Obasanjo regime, this power was awarded to people in this country, and the money was allegedly, let me use your language, embezzled. Till today, those guys have not been fished after they have not paid the money. Secondly, this president now, the President Tinubu, has a plan to, before this Electricity Act was signing into law, I think he was the one that signed it. He has a plan to generate power in this Lagos. Obasanjo, I think he was the one that stopped it. So, I don't know. This disco tomorrow.
What's your question? What's your question?
My question is that those that embezzle those money, why have they not been featured up to today?
All right. Thank you very much for calling. Thank you. I'm letting you go, Robert, because we don't have too much time. Hello.
Good evening, Maryann. How are you doing?
Yes. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Jonathan is my name. So, talking about the government, what the government can do that will create jobs for the youth.
Mm-hmm.
Very simple. If I'm the president, I will request for a list of everything we are importing into this country and screen it and look at the ones we have comparative advantage and encourage them. Very simple. That will bring manufacturing on those sectors up, and that will bring jobs. They are not doing it. Even the crude that we have, we are not annexing it to our favor, to the highest. So having done that, they will not fix power because this power issue is not something they can fix in 6 months. It's going to be a long-term project before we are going to free ourselves from this mess. But what they can already do, whatever we have comparative advantage, we should take advantage of it. Simple.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Mary, and good evening.
Good evening. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Uzoma calling. Mary Ann, it's just a pity that we find ourselves in this type of situation and in the hand of this type of rulers. See, every day no light, every year no light. Is there no solution? I am asking. Is there no solution to this no light, no fuel, no this, no this? We stay for darkness from morning to night, and yet they will bring bill. What type of country is this? It's unfortunate we find, very shameful that we find ourselves in the hand of this type of rulers. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Uzoma, for calling. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Yeah, good evening, Mary.
Good evening.
Mrs. Olawale from Aja.
Hello, Mr. Olawale. Go ahead, please.
I just want to contribute that what the government can do. Do you know that this power sector alone, the government can use it to generate a lot of revenue and provide a lot of jobs?
How so? Let's pretend we want to enlighten the government. Go ahead.
Yes. I'll give you an example for reference purpose. There is an island in River State. It's called Bonny Island.
Mm-hmm.
The joint industry company, they came together. Joint industry company are the oil companies operating on the island.
Mm-hmm.
And they proposed in an MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, that they will provide uninterruptible power supply to Bonny Island.
Mm-hmm.
So they set up the project. The oil companies will provide the power generation, and then they involve the community. They set up the project for distribution. They dismantle all the old cables. You know, in the course of dismantling the old cables that belongs to NEPA, let me use the word NEPA, you know, they created jobs because they mobilized the local contractors to do that bit.
Okay.
Because you remove the old cables and then you install the new ones.
Okay.
And then you have the distribution center for the project. Because that project currently now is a stand-alone company that has provided jobs for the indigenes of Bonny Island. But it was a project that took off from the beginning, from setting up structures. And then they involved the Ministry of Commissioner of Power from River State. They sent their men.
Okay, in 10 seconds. I need you to land in 10 seconds.
Okay. So finally, what am I saying? We've been on 5,000 megawatts from 1960. We're not even talking about increasing power generation. The problem we currently have is even distributing the 5,000.
Okay.
Distributing.
All right. Ms. Olawale, I have to let you go. Thank you very much. You're making the point that my guest has already made, but I understand you're also saying that, look, what NLNG did with communities, companies can also take, you know, different areas and supply power. Well, in other words, bust the market open and let competition happen as opposed to just letting it go and Kaduna, you know. But I was asking you, so I'm thank you for joining us again. So I question that on Basari, there was one power holding company unbundled. They said monies were embezzled. Have those people been arrested? Where is the money? Where did the money go? He's asking.
Well, the money was most of the money in Central Bank of Nigeria. The biggest issue with that NIPP project was not even the money, because the money was later, most of the file of the cash was later found not to have been disbursed, still quartered in the CBN. The biggest problem, however, is that even those who imported the machineries that would have enabled the NIPP project to work, most of the power turbines that were imported were abandoned at the wharf, at the ports. This country is a mystery. They were abandoned at the ports and were allowed to rot away. Because at a point, I think the contract was cancelled by the subsequent government. There was no continuity. The things were abandoned, are still rotting away. These are investments worth billions of naira. So, and then we have a lot of rotting away projects like that all around littered around the country. So this part of the problem we are having, no continuity in government policy. Some are
Dr. Igboke, your internet is not letting us hear you again. We have lost you yet again. Let me take one quick call and then we'll come back to Dr. Igboke. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Yeah, actually, good evening.
Good
Doc,
evening.
Good evening, sir. God bless you. I wish you are the Minister of Power. Of recent, Miriam, they say they find all these people who are giving estimated billing, 100 and something million. Government find them. How many of them? I think about 11 companies or so. Have they paid that money? Are they giving the money back to the customers that they charge this estimated billing? I want Doc. I don't know if Doc can say something about that.
All right, great question. I was going to keep that question for later. And then Dr. Igboke has disappeared again. His internet has been very, very wonky today. Hopefully we can get him back. While we're waiting for the doctor to join us, I'll take a few more calls before we wrap things up. Hello.
Good evening to you, Lady Am.
Good evening.
How are you?
What's your name? Where are you calling from, please?
My name is Prince Wyatt, calling you from Ambrose.
Go ahead.
Thank you very much. You see, when we talk of this great job in this country, number one is to have 24/7 electricity. Number two, our industry that's decay now. One, for example, in this part of the world, we do use Ankara. Why can't you tell those Chinese men to bring their equipment down to Nigeria here? The joint of testament we have in this country is out of this. So you refer for all this. When you refer for those things and you mandate those people that the importation of Ankara should stop, bring your machine down to Nigeria to print. I'm telling you, a lot of jobless people.
Thank you very much for double 6 because I almost kicked off the studio. Less than 67. That's the way forward.
The way is to ramp up our production capacity. Let us resuscitate our moribund industries. Let us manufacture the things we consume. Let us stop importing toothpick, toilet paper, books, gari. We have been importing gari from China now. So let us stop importing. Yeah, we're importing packaged gari from China. Let us stop importing stupid things that we don't really need. They are luxuries. Go to the O1 parties every weekend in Lagos and go and see the nuisance madness we practice in the name of imports. So let's ban those things and then let's resuscitate our production sector so that most of our youths and those who are under the employable age of 18 to 64 years can be gainfully employed.
Right.
And when we do that, we bring down the unemployment, we bring down inflation, and we increase our capacity of our people to purchase and have a good life.
All right. Dr. Ambrose Igboke, thank you so much for coming on the show. Always refreshing to have you on Hard Facts. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me on the show.
All right. Well, Lagos, I leave you here in the very safe hands of Kemi. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Threads, MIMIEYO, or better still, just search for Maryann Okon anywhere else. I love you, Lagos. Bye-bye.
All right. 99.3 Lagos, introducing the essence of true authenticity in fragrance, Wazobia perfume. It's the correct scent, okay? It's a unique blend that captivates the authentic spirit of Nigeria, and it's now available in perfume and body spray. It's designed for everyone, so you know it's a unisex fragrance, perfect for both men and women, and its rich and versatile aroma is a statement of inclusivity and unity, so you can unleash your confidence with every spray. If you're a retailer or you love to buy in bulk, we've got you covered across Nigeria. All you have to do is send an email, okay? It's that easy, or just call.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria. Facebook Nigeria Info 99.3 on Twitter at Nigeria.